Even though the stage is set for tonight, presidential hopeful Andrew Yang is still calling for a place in those primary debates.
He says Americans want him to participate, even though voters haven't yet committed to voting for him. So here to talk about this and the Yang campaign is Seth Cohen. He's co-founder of Humanity Forward and the South Carolina Yang Gang. He joins us now by Skype. It's great to see you, Seth. How are you?
Very well. Great to see you. It's lots has changed since last I've been here.
That's right.
So Seth, changed in the last 10 days.
Yeah, Seth, you are down in Des Moines right now. Can you just tell us a little bit about the Yang strategy in the state of Iowa, despite the fact that he won't be on that debate stage tonight?
Well, I can't speak to HQ strategy. I run an independent expenditure committee. But our strategy, we know what works, and what works is direct voter contact. So we have spent the last 10 days driving hundreds and hundreds of Yang supporters into Iowa. We've trained them up, and we have them out in the streets talking to people, because that's what moves the needle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's the reception that people generally get when they're talking about Yang's message? How do you coach people to broach the subject and to talk about the freedom dividend in particular?
Well, it's about telling a personal story, right? We all have family members, we all have friends, and ourselves. We each have a personal story, and the freedom dividend would help literally everyone. So we coach people up to tell their personal story, and then talk about what it would do for the group, and then what it would do for the whole country.
Mm-hmm. Seth, how much of a blow do you think it is that Andrew Yang won't be up on the debate stage tonight? And what are some of the recourse that you guys are thinking? I mean, when you talk to voters, how have they become familiarized with Andrew Yang? Is it through the debates? Was that a really critical vehicle for him? What do you think?
It's direct voter contact. It's talking to people in the streets. We're not too concerned about the debate. It's a reality show, and it really is not representative of what the American people care about or are thinking about. I'm here in Iowa. I talk to the Uber drivers. I talk to the restaurant workers, and they're all really, really excited about Andrew. Once people find out about Andrew, it's very contagious, and very quickly he's turning curiosity into committed caucus goers.
Yeah. One of the things we've been talking about here on the show is that the media's obsession with impeachment has caused them to spend their money and their resources and their time and attention there, rather than commissioning more polls that could have allowed Andrew or other candidates to potentially make the stage. I mean, do you think that that focus on impeachment over the presidential primary campaigns has hurt Andrew?
Well, there's been over 20 polls since the last debate that has Andrew at 5% or more. And that includes one by the Des Moines Register, which is literally hosting tonight's debate. We're not concerned with Donald Trump. We're not concerned with impeachment. We're concerned with moving this country forward. And to do that, we need to get our guy to the White House.
Mm-hmm. And so, Seth, what is the strategy in Iowa? Because I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's actually a rule that you have to hit 15% in every precinct in order to maintain viability. Are you seeing viability in order to actually get Andrew Yang to a 15% threshold?
I am. Again, when you hit the ground here and you talk to the people here, it's a very different story than what the national media is saying. The strategy is to get out there and talk to everyone. I'm hearing, just go on Twitter. You'll see the Yang Gang talking about being out in rural parts of this state. And these people are telling them no one's knocked on their door in numerous cycles. And sometimes politics, just showing up, is the most important thing, especially when you have a message as powerful as Andrew's.
I mean, that's a similar case that the Sanders team makes as well, that they're bringing in infrequent voters, people who aren't necessarily showing up in the likely voter models. So they believe that their support is underestimated in the polls. Do you believe that as well? Do you have reason to believe that some of these polls are underestimating Andrew's support?
I have very good reason to believe. I mean, we're talking about first-time voters, independents, anti-Trump Republicans. These are three of Andrew's biggest groups of supporters, and none of them are being polled.
Well, very interesting, Seth. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight.
My pleasure. Go to humanityforward.org to find out more.
There you go.
Thank you very much, and we'll have more Rising for you after this.